Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Back 4 Blood. Now I know what you're thinking. Vince, you just released a video the other day saying that you weren't going to buy this day one, so why this video? Well, you're right. I did say that, and I didn't buy it day one. I got a press key for it, courtesy of Green Man Gaming, so thank you very much. If you guys want to buy this game, you can do so via Green Man Gaming, link in the below description. If you use the code OCT15, that's OCT15, you'll get a 15% discount. Also make note of the 3 different editions that are available. There's the standard, the premium, and the ultimate. One is 60, one is 90, and one is 100, I believe. Just double check that when you do visit the store page. But again, use that code OCT15 in order to get that 15% discount. So I am not going to rehash what I said in my earlier video. I think I've made my intentions clear. I am definitely against the current pricing structure. Games like Terraria, games like Stardew Valley are fairly cheap. They've been supported. No extra DLC, no extra season passes. That is the way, in my opinion, to build customer loyalty. Not introducing season passes where there's no information about them yet. That's just unreal. As much as I like Aliens Fireteam Elite, as much as I really enjoy that game, I'm disappointed in the fact that they've got a season pass on the Steam store page listed, but no information as to what you would get should you pick up the season pass. So I think that, not to rehash, but I just think that there needs to be some checks and balances at some point. You know, us gamers need to stand up and go, no, enough is enough. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to just go over the features. I'm sure 3 million other people out there are showing off canned / pre-recorded gameplay footage of them shooting zombies. I want to focus more on the features and what is available. And then in a future video, I'll go ahead and maybe do some gameplay, and then you can watch that if you're really curious. But primarily, I just want to show you around the camp. This is where you start, and this is where you go in between matches to do stuff. Now, you can walk over to various NPCs to interact with them if you want to. Like, I can talk to this guy and edit my cards, or I can just hit tab and do it from here. Watch, here's the Dex tab here, or I can talk to this guy here, hit tab. Simple stuff, right? So you can be immersive, you can walk around, you can talk to people, but if you are in a hurry, you can just hit tab and be on your way. So there's quick play with cross-play enabled. You can turn that off if you want to. There's the campaign mode. In the campaign mode, it actually saves your progress, which is nice. You can create multiple runs if you want to. If I click on create run here, it'll give me recruit, veteran, or nightmare. I find recruit with bots pretty difficult to begin with. I can't imagine what veteran and nightmare is going to be like, honestly. But the nice thing about this game is that you actually get to build a deck of cards and make your character stronger as you play. I will note that when you play the solo campaign, your progress is turned off. No achievements, none of that. So if you were hoping, like in Fireteam Elite, Aliens Fireteam Elite, to play single player with bots and still progress, you can't do that here. Instead, what this game does is it unlocks everything for you in solo mode. So if I click on solo campaign rather than campaign, you'll see that I've got like everything available to me already. So if I hit, let's go back. Let's go to my decks, okay? And then I'll go to solo decks. You'll note that there's a solo decks and there's a campaign deck and a swarm deck. Those are the different modes. Again, solo mode, everything is unlocked for you. So if I click on solo decks and attempt to build a deck, all of the cards are unlocked for me. I don't have to do anything. Everything is there. Some people are going to like that, and some people aren't. When I played Age of Empires 3, the remastered edition, the one that recently came out, the developers made the decision to make all of the cards available rather than you have to grind for them. Again, there's a pro and con to that. Some people like unlocking stuff. Some people like grinding levels over and over again to unlock stuff to feel like they've accomplished something. Here they've done away with that in solo mode and just gave you everything. The nice thing, and this is a pro, I'm not going to bash it completely. The nice thing is that you can mess around with your decks here. You can see everything that's in the game and try and create a deck that works for you. And when you start unlocking them in multiplayer, you'll know what to shoot for, what you like, what you don't like. But this is the deck manager for solo, and you'll be able to add various cards to the left-hand side, a total of 15. There's also filters on the top, so if you want to filter it by reflex or discipline, brawn, fortune, or if you just want to focus on, like, say, offensive cards, defensive cards, and so on, you can do that. But long story short, these cards will help you in your game, and I'll explain how that all works in a minute. But let's go back to my original point. Solo campaign, that everything is unlocked for you. So you're going to select a solo deck of cards that you've built already and go into that. Any progress you made there? Nope. You can also not unlock characters in solo campaign. You start with 4 characters in the campaign, but if I hit select starting point, actually let's do the solo campaign. I don't want to be randomly paired here. Create, recruit. See, you can also see there's 4 acts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's roughly 4 missions each, which isn't too bad. The nice thing about the Premium and the Ultimate Editions, the developers have done it so that if one person in the group owns Ultimate or Premium, those bonuses kind of carry over, and the rest of the party has access. So not everyone needs to own Ultimate to gain access to it as a party, which is a nice thing, but still, I've already made my point clear about the whole $100 pricing structure in my previous video. But I'm going to go ahead and hit Create Run. And in doing this, it'll bring me to a, Act 1. I'm on 1-3 at the moment. And here, I can choose one of 4 characters. These other 4 characters here are locked. I can only unlock them if I play multiplayer. Again, progression is turned off in solo campaign. So I am now forced to play multiplayer with other people to unlock these other characters. Each character does something different, which is kind of cool. If you look on the right-hand side, you can see Holly, for example, is called they're all called cleaners rather than survivors. They're called cleaners. Yeah, Holly recovers 10 stamina when she kills a Ridden, plus 10% damage resistance, and so on. Team effects. Each of these characters has a team effect as well. So you'll be trying out different, characters together as a team, trying to figure out how to synergize everything, and that includes your cards too. What kind of build you going for? How will those cards benefit the rest of the team? I really like that. That is really cool. But I'm going to back out of here and show you the rest of the stuff before I jump into the game. Again, I don't intend to play a whole lot, but I do want to show you the gameplay just a little bit. So getting back to this area. So we've covered, there's quick play, there's the regular campaign with multiplayer. You can set preferences regarding that. You can do private campaign lobby, but you need at least 2 people in order to start a private campaign lobby. So if you're hoping to play single player with just bots via this, you can't do it. You need at least 2 people from what it tells me. Voice preference, there's voice, no preference, and there's no preference, voice or no voice. Crossplay on or off, view network status, and so on. Swarm mode is just one of those PvP things where it's swarm. This is like zombies versus survivors kind of thing. Ridden versus cleaners, sorry. Used to Left 4 Dead, I can't help it. Solo campaign, I already touched on that. Again, that's your way of experiencing the story with everything unlocked, no progression. Preferences, I already touched on that. Decks, again, I've already touched on this. You can add cards from the right, add them to the left. Solo will have everything unlocked for you. Multiplayer, on the other hand, you'll have to unlock things as you play. Supply lines are like quests that you can do. They're kind of like achievements. You're going to be earning something called supply points in the upper right hand corner. I've got 0 right now. I have played this during the beta, but you'll be getting supply points, and you'll be spending them here to unlock stuff. So if you're looking for more cards or aesthetic stuff, you can get that via these little side quests. Again, these are the cleaners. I kind of already talked about them. From here, you can change their outfit, their item set, again, you have to find them and unlock them by just simply playing the game. But yeah, each character has a unique set of weapons, or starting weapons rather, different abilities. I do want to unlock the rest. I may have to play multiplayer at some point. The armory is something similar to that, where you can jump into each individual weapon and sort of customize its look if you want to. Again, if you have the Ultimate Edition or Premium, you're going to have some extra skins right out of the gate. You're going to have to unlock more as you play, though, if you just have the base game. As you can see, there's like 7 different sidearms. There's 4 different melee weapons. There's 5 assault rifles, 2 light machine guns, 4 submachine guns, 4 shotguns, and 3 sniper rifles. And of course, there's a profile personalization here, as well as accomplishments. You can set your player card and your spray from here. As you can see, there's also emblem, title, and banners to mess around with. So yeah, if you like that kind of thing, great. I do want to show you at least the shooting range. This is very important. This is a great way, in addition to hitting tab and taking a look at the armory, this is a great way to actually mess around with everything, to see what you like and what you don't like. Because if you'll notice, if you take a look at that tooltip in the middle of the screen, it says M1A, okay? But you see firepower, range, accuracy, handling, mobility, great. It up arrows, down arrows, tells me if it's better than what I got, great. You can also see 5 attachment slots to that. As you play, you'll be able to equip varying attachments, like a better clip or a better sight, whatever. I find that to be really cool. So as you continue playing this game, you'll be making your weapons better. If that weren't enough, there are rarities for all of these weapons. For example, you'll look at this laser sight. It's green, uncommon. Whereas, let's see if I can find something else. This is a legendary light tactical stock. So there's different rarities in the game. Not only will your weapons have different rarities associated with them, but your different attachments will have different rarities to them as well. So I can equip that if I want to, and play around with it. You've also got Molotov cocktails to play around. There's also, again, melee weapons and the like. And you can, again, mess around with the little shooting range here to sort of play around, see what you like. I like this. I love the fact that there's a little play box for me to mess around in. Unlike other first-person shooters, you actually have to equip the grenade. You just can't click a button and throw it, even with your gun. You got to pull this out, then you have to throw it. No, that didn't work out as I intended. It just sort of bounced off the dummy. Anyway, so there's that. Let's go ahead and finally bring you into a match. Again, I'm going to do solo campaign. I guess we'll do that. Pain Train. I guess I was working on that one. Continue. And again, I get to choose my character from here. And as you can see, there are multiple acts. Alright, so cards. As I mentioned, you're going to be building a deck of cards. Now, at the beginning of every mission or every level, the deck is going to draw you some corruption cards, which are going to be bad for you, typically. So you just have to sort of observe. In this case, it's a mist. An unnatural fog has settled on this area. There's a challenge. This will grant you extra copper if you manage to do this challenge. Complete the level without the cleaners being incapacitated 4 times. Copper is your in-game currency in this game. I'll get to that in a minute. Now I can choose from my deck of cards. Again, I had 15 cards here. I drew 5, and now I can pick one. Let's go ahead and do reload speed, because why not? Now, because this is like the 3rd level of this particular act, you'll see that there's a number of cards already displayed here. So this combat knife is what I chose for my 1st level. And then I chose motorcycle jacket for my 2nd level. And then this ammo for my 3rd, and so on. And then these are from my teammates. They are actually contributing to the card system. So I can see my corruption cards up here and my current active cards. Even though I've got 15 cards in my deck, this is what's currently active for me right now. But again, I had to pick these things. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit ready. And typically, the game will throw you into a match. And you'll usually be given the option to spend the copper that you have. So I've got 4,850 copper right now in this particular run. This is a great way to get stuff that you typically wouldn't have access to in the map. Like, let's say you can't find a first aid kit anywhere. Well, you can buy one here and reserve it. I'm going to go ahead and just do that, actually. That replaces my my painkillers that I've got. Different items do different things, obviously. First aid does a heal. Pain meds do a temporary health increase, just like in Left 4 Dead. Bandages give you a smaller heal than this first aid will. Defibrillator, I can never say that word. Toolkit allows you to open locks very silently. You can do that. Stun gun. So there's a variety of different things here. You can even buy weapons from here too. And you can even see some of these weapons are rare, some of them are uncommon, some of them have different attachments, so you have to kind of pick and choose what you like. Team upgrades, I may want to buy this, which is nice. Team support slot, +1 team support inventory. Or do I want improves the quality of all frag, Molotov, razor wire, pipe bomb, and so on? I'll go ahead and choose that, and that is a team support thing. I've got 3,125 left. I can fill up ammo. As you can see along the top, there are different ammo types. So even though I've got a shotgun, but if I'm out of shotgun ammo, I can't use it. Even though I've got 680 of these regular bullets, I can't use my shotgun. So there are different ammo types that you have to mess around with in this game. In Left 4 Dead, you just picked up ammo, universal, and that was it. In this game, each gun has a different type of ammo, and you have to make sure that you're well equipped for that particular weapon. From here, go ahead and buy this P ammo. I don't want to replace the one I've got, so I'll just go ahead and take that, and that increases my Uzi here that I've got. I think that's an Uzi. Anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here and show you a little bit of gameplay, but primarily my goal here today is just to show you the features, which I think for the most part I've done. Another thing that you use this in-game copper for, you'll find little med stations scattered around the map sometimes. On recruit difficulty, I think the first use is free, but after that, you have to pay 400 copper to use it. So you want to save some copper too, so that in-game, when you're doing your run and you're in bad shape, you can spend the copper in order to heal yourself. Now, the bots aren't half bad. They're not great either, I gotta say. Okay, pipe bomb, I guess. All right, great. As you can see, the gameplay is actually quite smooth and satisfying. I have had a crash, though. I just want to warn you guys, and that was within the 2 hours that I've played this so far. You'll find copper scattered around the map, which is great. Again, you can switch to a melee. This is very, very satisfying, too. I don't know why. The feedback is fantastic. I have no complaints at all with regard to the gameplay. I do think the special infected do spawn more often than they should, in my opinion, but that's just me. Yeah, so here's an SMG. It'll quickly tell you, hey, do you want to pick this up or not? No, I think I'm good. I mean, I could. Actually, it has 4 attachments on it. But it's also, it gives me more mobility, but gives me less of everything else. You'll also find these crates, too. You can hit E to open them up. Sometimes you'll find really cool stuff in there. There's a Molotov. I'll take that. Flashbang, a pipe bomb. I'll take a pipe bomb. Okay. Is this hatchet better? No, I've got the same hatchet. Uncommon. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like how often the special infected, well, the mutated, I guess I should say, in this game spawn. It's ridiculous. As far as the different special infected that you'll come across, there is this huge thing called an ogre. It's like a tank, but think 15 times taller and more massive. There's an exploder. It's this fat thing. This thing. He'll just run at you. It's like a boomer, basically, although it's called an exploder. It'll actually push you back, too, quite a bit. A lot more so than the boomer did from Left 4 Dead. You'll come across this spider-looking creature. It'll fling, like, spider webs at you on occasion and slow you down. There's this weird-looking biped with this huge arm. Like, imagine his right arm. If someone had just pumped steroids into their right arm constantly since birth, that's what it looks like. It's rather, yeah, it's just disgusting. But yeah, I love the fact that items in this game are highlighted with this shiny tint. It makes it very easy for me to pick them out in the environment. And again, if you ping something, you can actually see it. It's a shotgun. Do I want to... I mean, I could show you what it looks like. It's a sniped... Oh, wow, look at that. It's a shotgun with a scope on it. I love it. Yeah, I kind of like my Uzi, tell you the truth, but such as it is. I don't want to get too much more into this. I'm trying to keep this a very short semi-short review, I'll just simply sort of recap everything that I've said and what I like and don't like about it. What I like: the gameplay, the gunplay, the deck building idea, synergizing with your team. All of that is great. I love that. What I don't like about it: solo campaign, the fact that you can't progress and unlock stuff, that you're forced to play multiplayer. I just think that's a big shame. Oh, the Stinger is like a hunter. Anyway, did we get him? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the steroid arm guy that I was talking about. There we go. Tall boy is what it's called. Yeah. Anywho, getting back to what I was saying, I very dislike the fact that I can't jump into solo mode, play with bots, and still progress. I am one of those people that loves to unlock stuff, that likes to play around. I like that sense of progression. I do give credit. There is an upside to having everything unlocked in single player. Again, you can mess around at your own leisure. You can just enjoy the game. You can try out different builds without having to unlock everything. But I'm just of a personal preference that, you know, I like to unlock stuff. That's just me, how I like to play. Some people are going to be thankful that they have such a mode to mess around with everything in my opinion. So I think people are both going to like and dislike the fact that solo progression is disabled. I do not like forced multiplayer for progression, and that's just me. And again, I've already touched on the pricing structure. I don't want to harp on that too much more. I'll just simply say that, you know, I think that $40 for extra content is kind of milking it at that point. Again, if you want to learn more about what I thought about that, go check out the video I released, I want to say, a day or two ago. Okay, but other than that, like, I think this game is enjoyable. I like the gameplay. I want to keep playing it. I just don't like the forced multiplayer aspect in order to unlock stuff. Ooh, that's bad. Alright. So there you go, folks. Hopefully this wasn't too long for you. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. And again, Green Man Gaming link in the below description. You can buy it through that link. Again, use the code OCT15 to get the game at a 15% discount. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.